the best podcast on the planet.
Welcome to another episode of the best podcast on the planet. Seth, Dale, and Holly. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about fear. What are you afraid of? And how do we deal with it? If you have questions that you'd like to pose to us while we're doing all this fun stuff, send an email to sethmilamedia@gmail.com. Don't forget to check us out wherever your favorite podcasts are sold. And we're, of course, on YouTube, also under Seth Mila Media, I think. So check us out on YouTube. So the big question is, what exactly are you afraid of and why? Okay, that's kind of what we're going to jump in today. Does anybody want to go first? You know, usually it's ladies first.
Well, you should go then,
and
Seth.
so
I can go first.
You want to? Thanks, Dale. I appreciate the vote of confidence there. But Holly, if you want to share first, it'd be
sure.
Yeah, all right.
And this one is kind of a no-brainer. I am deathly afraid of bugs and creepy crawlies and all of the things.
Really?
But more specifically, them crawling on me is like a no.
Then
No.
two things I want to share with you.
No, don't. I can already say
About
no.
a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago, I woke up just barely to the feel of a little something dropped on my neck, actually. Just went, bloop. And I'm like, and I brushed it away. Now, keep in mind, I wear a sleep apnea machine, a mask. So it goes over my face. And I thought, okay, maybe
Vader.
it was the tubing or something that rubbed. And then I felt it crawl like on my chest or my shoulder here. I flicked it off. It was a little stink bug.
Ooh.
That. And then if you've noticed on my social media, on my Facebook page, I posted a picture of a little bug that was crawling right here next to me. It was a video. And I've never seen a bug like it before in my life. It was weird. It looked like a cross between a giant ant and a spider. Mm-hmm. And I after I took the video, I killed it. So I don't like. But are you legitimately afraid of them? It was
probably the only spant in the world, and now you killed it, and now you can't.
Spant.
Spider ant.
Spider ant. Spider ant. Now
Wow.
it can't because it's dead. Anyway.
Yeah, no, no.
But you legitimately have a fear where it causes you like anxiety and to change your behavior?
Yeah, like weird things I do. I'll tell you, I do strange things because of this fear. Because that's what fear makes you do. It makes you do weird things. So before I get into bed every night, I have to check every inch of the bed, lift up all the blankets, all the pillows, all the things, just to make sure there's nothing in there. Because, you know, I once found something in my lifetime once. But I still have to check. Toilet seats. I know.
You check your bed for toilet seats? That's really weird.
No, I have to check the toilet seat. Like I have to lift the toilet seat up to make sure there's nothing underneath.
Every time.
Because what if every time? Seriously. And like in public bathrooms, I put toilet paper down. So still, I have to check. Because what if there's a spider there and it crawls on me?
When you put toilet paper or one of those seat things on the seat, it's called setting the table.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Sure. That's what I do. Because, you know, germs.
And bugs.
And my mom trained me well. So,
okay.
Yeah, so I have to check for the bugs because what if?
Okay.
That's scary. Because there's a good space right there between the actual toilet and the seat of the toilet. It's like an inch. Stuff
That's
could
what
be
all
there.
those COVID lickers are licking. Have you seen those people doing that?
Yes. And they get what they deserve, too. I think the guy that, did the video of him licking the toilet seat, I think he's in the hospital now with it. Now, let me just say this. I know there's a lag of real time from when we produce these and when they're aired. So I'm really hoping that nothing very serious and horrible has happened to that individual from this point until this airs. Otherwise, I'm going to have to get real creative with editing. It's like, no, we never talked about that.
Let's just assume that he got
horrible.
some other things too. That way you're covered. That you're not just saying.
Yeah, okay. Sure. Let's go with that. All right, Mr. Dale, what are you afraid of? What is your fear?
Well, I kind of had a new one kind of come up. Like yesterday, of all things.
Okay.
As you know, I have I have a few skin problems because I enjoyed the sun when I was younger, and I had. I'm very used to having these precancerous moles taken off. They're like, just flat moles on your skin. But the bad thing is I have a lot of them. And I have so many that my dermatologist calls me chocolate chip. Because, anyway.
Yeah, but
but
your future wife will be able to play connect the dots.
And all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, anyhow, these particular ones I'm used to are precancerous, and they're not, I wouldn't say they're non-invasive. They're not as big. But yesterday, I had one on my forearm removed, and it was like, I'm telling you, like, normally scars like that. This one is like that. Like, my whole forearm is like all stitches and staples. And it's deep. They go deep for the melanoma.
And do you have one on your neck there?
Yeah, I do. See, wait, let me see if I can. You want to see it?
No, I don't want to see it.
Look at that, Holly. Look. Wait.
I can't see it. I can't.
The light is not good.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
But anyway.
For those of you that are enjoying this on the video, or if those of you who are enjoying this just in the audio on the podcast, you're going to want to check out the video, because right now I'm putting up pictures of his scars.
2 of them. I had 2 more done today right here, but these are from yesterday.
Oh, really? You had more done today?
But these are from yesterday. The arm and the.
Dude,
I know.
See, here's the thing, though. Here's what I think you should do. I think you should go around and tell somebody that you got into a knife fight with an 80-year-old woman over toilet paper at the grocery store.
I'll do that. She cut me.
And she messed you
she
up.
made me leak all over the place. All over that grocery store. But all that to say this is like the small ones never bother me, but I'm like laying there, and at first I glanced over, she had always sketched out where she was going to cut, and that kind of, and it just got me. I was like, because it really hit home. But it's dangerous. I knew it was dangerous the whole time, but it's like going deep, and it hurt, and it's just.
Now, they did that much surgery on your arm, and you're awake?
Local.
What? And on your neck, too?
Yeah, they just put local in there, but I'm like a rhino, so they have to keep adding to it and everything. I couldn't feel anything from here down yesterday because I got...
Because I can't know. See, one of the things that I can't stand really sharp instruments like a scalpel. That is one of the things that causes me a lot of anxiety, is the thought of being sliced. It's not so much, a cut or something like something jagged hurt you or something, but it's that
the deadening hurts when they do it, because they have to do it several times, like around. But after that, you can't feel anything until later. It kind of. Yet last night it really had a little pain, but But
so, are you dealing with an issue now of you're thinking that it might be like legitimate cancer?
Well, it was melanoma, like actually.
Okay.
But it had not traveled yet. But the thing is that mold had been there like for years and years and years and years and years, and it just changed on a dime like that. Had I not been going to a dermatologist, they never would have caught it.
How often do you go to your dermatologist?
Every 6 months.
Every 6 months, because you've had a lot of these pop up, and so you're ahead of it, catching it before anything weird happens.
The mold's already there; they just changed to pre-cancer or cancer.
I got a couple moles, and now I want to go to the doctor and say, "You got to look at this. Is this changing color to you? Is this looking weird?"
Those 4 that you have that, if you connect the dot to them, they look like Harry Belafonte. You better get those checked.
Gross.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, I know that's
and how do
that's
I know
not
they
uncomfortable
connect?
for a lot of reasons.
How do I know that they come? I don't know. Maybe.
That's what everybody is asking right now. It's like,
how does Dale know that, and where is this located?
Let me just say he's sitting on Harry's face right now.
Which isn't good for you, Dale. Why do you know that?
I know things. I know people. I know things.
Okay,
we're kidding, by the way. Everybody listen to this. We're kidding.
I don't know if that's kidding or not. I don't know.
Come on, Seth. You can say I'm kidding, right?
There's so much potential for this show to go completely wrong right now. And
there's always that potential.
It's wrong now because you won't say anything. You're like, oh, no. You're like,
no, Dale's kidding. It's not Harry Belafonte. It's Harry Connick Jr.
a little bit better.
Let's, he's completely mistaken as usual. And it's just, I'm so sorry to have to put everybody through that.
No,
but,
it's Harry Styles, not Harry Bella.
Oh, no, that's even worse. Wow, and just let's put it this way, he really is Harry.
Oh, seriously, really?
Hey,
hey, but seriously, line us anyway. So so when you say that this is something that's actually causing you a legitimate fear, how are you handling it? What are you doing with it? And Holly, the same thing for you. How do you? Well, you kind of explain. You're just phobic about checking for little creepy crawly things, like that one right behind you.
There's not one there. I already checked.
She is so alarmed by it. She's going to school to be an exterminator. She's getting her exterminator's license. So, right?
No, but when the bug guy comes to our house, you should see me interact with him and all of the questions I ask and
really
the things that I know.
Boss, I'm at this Rain Man girl's house. She's asking about bugs. I don't know. Yeah, definitely the bugs. Yeah, what kind of bugs? Yeah.
I'm like, did you go in the basement? Make sure you go in the basement. That's where the spiders live. Did you go in the basement?
Yes, lady. I went into the basement for the 18th time. I've sprayed every inch of the basement.
Oh.
Gee whiz. Yes, I've been using the new chemicals, okay? Back off already.
It's bad, too, because that's where our laundry is. So I send Ralph, my husband.
You have clean bugs.
No.
What's wrong with that?
No. I send Ralph down there to do laundry. I'll fold it, but you wash it.
Oh, gosh.
But
because what if I fall down the stairs? There's spiders down there. Anyway, okay.
Wow, we have really learned something. I really didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to Dale's issue of cancer.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
much more important.
So what? How are you dealing with it? What are you thinking about, and how are you kind of coping? I guess.
I mean, I'm not going to be like this and say, "Oh, I've got it worse than somebody with lung cancer or somebody like that." But it really makes you think, about when your final. I mean, what if it was something where I couldn't do anything about it? How do you treat people? Right. The things you haven't done. You won't see people. That kind of thing. That kind of thing.
So, are you finally going to start treating me a little better? Obviously not.
Never.
Okay.
I thought that was as good as it gets.
That was better. So there's that. A while back, about a year and a half, give or take, my wife went through an issue of breast cancer, and it was very small, and we got it very, very quickly. She had a minor surgery done, followed up with
radiation.
No, actually, she didn't have to. She didn't go through any of that.
Wow.
No, it was just after the procedure, everything was good. She's on a medication for the next 10 years or something like that. But yeah, it was a very sobering thought. And I recently went through and got my first colonoscopy. And when they got done, you guys want to see the video?
No,
it's pretty. I can bring that up right. No, okay. The doctor said, hey, we took care of a couple precancerous polyps or whatever. Yeah, and he said, with your history, your family history, blah, we'll see you in 5 years.
Face.
So
that word.
Polyps?
Oh, stop! No.
You don't like?
I think I just developed a new fear.
A fear of polyps.
Just think of a plastic baggie filled with strawberry jam.
No! Oh God, no! What are you saying? Oh.
Strawberry polyps.
No.
Again,
you'll get them one day.
Gone. The show.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Everybody.
No.
Yeah.
You think so? Yeah, I guess so. So, I thought we would talk about things that were causing us fear and anxiety. Because have you noticed lately? There's a little bit of anxiety and fear in our general population.
Just a tad.
Has anybody noticed? Has it caught your attention?
I mean, you can see it right here. I mean, we're all wearing our work from home work attire.
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. I've given up.
Yeah,
I after the first week or so, it's just I one day, now I will say this, there was one day where I came down to the studio and I did the show and all my stuff that I had to do, including these video conferences that we have right after, and I didn't shower. I just put a baseball cap on and I didn't shower. I'm pretty sure I didn't even brush my teeth, to be perfectly honest. Just like,
why?
Yeah, why? Just
it's optional.
I'm just, but I felt terrible. I couldn't do it. So every morning now, man, I'm down here. But as far as the attire is concerned,
I'm the same way about pants right now. I refuse to wear them right now. It's just
we're not surprised. So
you
I gotta get
you are wearing.
Hang on. No,
don't. No. You're good.
There's plenty of videos out on the internet right now of people like that forgetting. There's a camera.
Didn't you send us the video that was like was it a business or was it a family conference?
And they were like doing it from home.
The multiple. It was on Zoom, and the one girl forgot that, and she had to go to the bathroom.
And she went all right.
And she went.
And everybody else's reaction was like, "Whoa, hey, yo!"
It was all women too, and it was like the one guy was like, "I saw nothing. I don't want to get in trouble here."
He just puts his head down. It's like, no, I was looking at my calculator when that happened. I didn't see anything at all. I'm so sorry.
There's the other one of the girl that's leading it, and she's talking, and it's just one shot of her, and in the background you see her husband come back. Literally, he's in like a soccer jersey and like tidy whities carrying a beer can, and then he realizes it, stops and like runs the other direction, but if you listen close enough you can hear that he runs into the wall and then falls down and runs the other direction.
Nice.
Classic. Yeah.
Well, you see this lovely studio that I've built here, this little black partition. For those of you who aren't watching on YouTube, what's wrong with you? You actually should be. But there's this black partition. Well, there's laundry behind that. The laundry room, the ironing board, shirts and so forth. And that's why that partition is back there is because it hides the laundry. So what I was saying is that it seems like everybody has something that they're afraid of, right? Mm-hmm. I don't one of the biggest things, and I don't want to get real serious and political here, but one of the things I'm genuinely concerned about and causes me frustration is the direction our country is going in. I am very, very bothered by the emergence and acceptance of socialism. And that's it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to get on a political soapbox. Calm down, Holly. I know how much.
I'll just go that way.
I know how much you love it when I get up on a rant. I know you're like, oh, please, could you just for a little while longer, like for another 30 minutes, just let your blood pressure go. Mm-hmm. Just do it.
Don't worry about it.
But it is something that really concerns me. And one of the things with everything that's going on in the news, politics, the issue that I don't like dentists either. It's the same thing with the little sharp instruments. It just, I don't like that.
Dentists and communists, I don't see the connection. What?
Really? You don't? I think the connection is pretty clear, Holly. But no, what I was saying is back to my thing of really sharp objects.
Oh, got it.
It has nothing to do with dentists.
I was like, what? What's wrong with the
the dentist that I'm going to be seeing in the next couple months? I really don't think you're a communist, so put that sharp thing down. Okay, anyway. So, but it can cause me, if I allow it, it can cause me to lose sleep, the whole political thing. I really can lose sleep over it. And with the current circumstances we're under, with everybody's supposed to stay 6 feet away from each other and stay at home, and you're supposed to wipe down everything, including your kids, with antiseptic, whatever.
Toilet paper.
It's one of the things that I realized is none of it has come as a surprise to God. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. God's not like, what do you mean? What do you mean coronavirus? Who said that? Mm-hmm. That's not God. Nothing catches him off guard. Nothing catches him by surprise. And, this, what we do here for this podcast, we are not going to beat people over the head with a Bible. That's just not what we're about. But there is something with all of this that one of the verses that I've come across recently that really means something to me, and it helps me to kind of hold on to things when I am worrying, whether it's my health, whether it's creepy crawly bugs, whatever it is. Philippians 4:6. Okay, please read along at home in your Bible. It says, don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank him for all he has done. Now, there's a lot of wisdom in that, especially the part of thank him for all that's done. Take a few minutes and think about all the things that God has helped you and protected you from. It will help you change your attitude. And then 4:7 says, then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand. And it's so true. His peace will guard your hearts and minds as you live in Christ Jesus.
Well, and that's the amazing part is because there's always going to be fear. There's always going to be something. Like, there's always going to be something that scares you about the political environment because it's never going to be, you're never going to be the benevolent dictator that you want to be. So therefore, you're always going to worry about it. So, I mean. Well, see,
I was going to propose that in the next podcast. I didn't want to just jump right into it now. We'll talk about my political aspirations later.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is there's always going to be something to worry about. And so it really is all in your perspective. I mean, yeah, there's ways of, be smart, wash your hands, don't be dumb. But, at the same time, there's always an element of the I don't know and the fear there because, we're not God and we can't control everything. And so that's where the peace comes in because it's peace that we can't understand because why would we be able to have peace in the midst of all of the junk going on? And that's what we can't, not on our own. So,
and have you guys experienced that where you've been really stressed out about something? I personally have. I have had stress and anxiety to where it was debilitating. It was really messing up my daily life about issues, and I would take some time, do some praying, and ask God just to give me some wisdom, give me some peace and some understanding. And it was inexplicable. I would feel better. Sometimes it was immediate. Sometimes it took a while, but it was never fake. Have you guys ever experienced that?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, physically, literally experienced that. I think it's one of those things that it really does amaze you. And so when we're all dealing with fear, when we're all dealing with something like you said, that you know what it is? It's the unknown. That's that's the thing that drives us crazy is, Holly, you don't know what that bug is behind you. You have no idea what it does, or does it bite? Is it venomous?
Does it get in your ear? Because they do that.
See, I think it bites and gets in your ear. That's what I think.
It happened.
It happened to my mom.
Captain Kirk.
It happened to my mom. Maybe that's where my fear comes from.
What do you mean it happened to your mom?
The bug got in her ear while she was sleeping.
Cindy got
and so and it was a one of those. I think it was like not a centipede,
earwig.
but the little pincher bugs.
Earwigs.
I think they're actually called earwigs.
Well, yeah, this thing that was on the floor looked like an earwig, but it didn't have the pinchers on the back end.
That's what this one had that. And so she got one in her ear. And this was when my brother and I were at school and she was at home, I think, for something. And she was calling my grandma, like screaming, and she thought that someone was literally murdering her. And so she was like coming over, and it was a whole thing. And so they went to the doctor's office and he had to kill it. It was still alive in there. So, just so you know, I did extensive research because this freaks me out. It can't get into your brain. Just so you know.
No, the eardrum prevents that.
It can't.
But if the eardrum,
heebie-jeebies, all that stuff.
No, even if it ruptures, they still can't get in. So you're okay. So don't worry. But it's
they
still
can eat their way in.
No,
Holly. They can eat their way in. That's what those big pinchers are for.
Stop it.
Yum 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 yum.
Wow. They're the ones that eat the eardrum.
Wow.
Right.
Super.
See, that's what. So, what about for you, Dale? With all of this that's going on, has it changed the way you're approaching? Talking to God about. Hey, so I know both of us are more mature than Holly.
She's an old soul, though, Seth. She's an old soul. Yeah, she is.
She is an old soul. But I think. I think the issue is when you're feeling scared, when you're feeling that fear is overwhelming you in a way, just take some time to pray. Just take some time to ask God to give you some guidance and some direction on that. Now, you mentioned the whole dictator thing. Okay. What I'm proposing.
Okay, here we go. I knew it was coming.
Now, what I'm proposing is this. All right. Instead, just for a short period of time, okay, I propose a benevolent dictator. Right? Just somebody to kind of oversee things and get us back on track, but for only a short period of time. Let's say 10 years.
Yeah, you know what I was going to say?
Okay.
Yeah, 10 years. That's probably what
just
you would
a
want.
decade. And then clearly reestablish the Constitution, reestablish the Congress, get things back on track. But clearly we need to reset. And I personally can't think of anybody better suited than me.
Sure. How are we not surprised? This is not a new thing, by the way.
No. But you know why? In all seriousness, I think at some point, and I'm not saying our current administration, I'm being very serious about this. I think at some point, somebody is down the line in our American history, or in our future, rather, is going to propose something.
A reboot,
like that.
if you will.
Say, we are in such trouble. All we need to do is have one centralized form of government that can take care of everything, and just let us handle it. And we'll give everything back to the republic and to democracy as its purest form as soon as we get everything back on track. And
no, can we define back on track? Because I feel like some people might disagree about back on track, what that means. And that might be the problem.
Political discourse. Yeah, that is, seriously, I don't want to get into that right now, because that is that's a 2-hour conversation right there about, I'm telling you right now what this country needs. And by the way, I just want to make it very, very clear. I'm completely kidding about being a dictator.
Yeah.
Just a radio.
Somebody out there is not.
Somebody out there is like, yeah, that's a pretty good idea, but I think it ought to be me.
Yeah.
Me and, I got 2 or 3 trucks out back up on blocks and a dog. I think we can do something really good for this country for a change. But yes, anyway. All right, so there it is. We all have fear, right? We're all dealing with one fear, one way, shape, form, or fashion. And the key is not to allow the fear to become
crippling.
Debilitating, for it to not to become crippling, not to become so intrusive in our lives that we can't go about a happy, productive, normal lifestyle. And for some individuals, that means simply taking some time to pray. For others, that means seeking a counselor, a therapist, and a doctor.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Sometimes therapy. No, absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I know that when you have anxiety and you're in the midst of being afraid, somebody come up and say, you should just get over it.
Hey, you should just pray. It's like, that's not what we're saying. Prayer does help. But for some cases, you might need something extra. And that's okay.
That's exactly right. Absolutely
it doesn't downplay the need for God. It's just some of us need, some extra help there. And that's okay.
A little extra help every once in a while. So and the whole point of it is, if you're afraid, if you're dealing with stuff, you're not alone. We all are in one way, shape, form, or fashion. We all are. All right. Thank you very much for being a part of this wonderful podcast. As always, you can get in touch with us by sending an email to sethmilamedia@gmail.com. And when you check out the video, make sure you subscribe and like it and share it. And what else are they supposed to do? Any clue?
I actually had a coworker, not for the radio station, but my other job, added us on YouTube. She subscribed to our channel. Yeah,
excellent. All right, see, we just doubled our listener and
she liked our she liked our M&Mogram episode that we just did.
Oh. Yes.
There it is. You know what? We're gonna explore that a little bit more, I think, because that was a really good episode. All right, everybody, thank you so very much. Of course, you're listening to the best podcast on the planet. Have a great rest of the day. Do whatever it is you're doing. Don't be afraid. And check us out. We drop a brand new episode every Tuesday around 3 o'clock. Take care. Talk to you soon.